All 4 new hero talent trees are now on Wowhead. Yes, the new talent trees, 4 of them, in fact. We got Druid, Keeper of the Grove, Hunter Dark Ranger, Mage, Frostfire, and Priest Oracle. Yes, so a bunch of new hero talents. Now these are going to be important. I think this is going to be kind of some make or break stuff for the next expansion, honestly. At least for just the War Within. Maybe not the whole World Soul Saga. But with the minimal testing that's going to be going on here, we'll see how good these are. I'm guessing Alpha and Beta is going to be, mostly to do with balancing these things out. But here we go. We're not going to read every single talent. What really matters is the first and the last. Those are called the anchor talents, or whatever the hell they call them. Let's check those out and see what they're all about. So we got Druid, Keeper of the Grove here. If you are spec'd into Balance or Restoration, this will be an option for you. It starts out with Dream Surge. A force of nature grants you 3 charges of Dream Burst, causing your next Wrath or Starfire to explode on the target, dealing nature damage to all nearby enemies, damage reduced above 5 targets. Grove Guardians causes your next target healed to create 2 Dream Petals near the target, healing 3 nearby allies, stacking up to 3 charges. That's a lot of AoE shit. So this puts some heavy AoE into whatever, Balance or Restoration. That's very interesting. Probably be nice for Mythic Plus. The rest of these are really like stat buffs and things. Let me lower this a little bit. And, you get your choices between what you want buffed on these 2 rows here. Anything with the 2 arrows means you got 2 choices to make. And then moving on to the end one here, Harmony of the Grove. Each of your forces of nature tree ends increases damage your spells deal by 3% while active. Each of your Grove Guardians increases your healing done by 3% while active. Okay. So get your Guardians up and then get some increased stats. That's really what that sounds like. Interesting. I don't know if there's Druids in the chat. You guys could probably comment on that if that sounds that good to you or exciting in any way. Moving on to a long-time held fantasy. For the Sylvanas fangirls and fanboys out there, yes, the Dark Ranger. This will be for Beast Mastery and Marksmanship Hunters. And first things first, you get Black Arrow. Active for on a 30-second cooldown. Fire a black arrow into your target, causing it to take shadow damage every 2 seconds for 16 seconds. Each time Black Arrow deals damage, you have a chance to reset the cooldown of your aim shot or barbed shot. Damn. So that could be some high output damage real quick if he gets a reset there. Interesting. Again, more stat shit going on here. A lot more stat buffs. You make your selections on some of these. And then finally, we got Withering Fire. When a black arrow resets the cooldown of aim shot or barb shot, which we said would lead to some pretty cool damage output, a barrage of dark arrows strikes your target for shadow damage and increases the damage of your pets and increases damage you and your pets deal by 10% for 6 seconds. How would that work, though? Because with Beast Mastery, you're going to get your beast and you basically getting an increase. Well, I guess because of Lone Wolf with Marksmanship Hunter, your increase to your individual damage would be substantially more because it's 10% of your overall damage. So I guess we'll see how that balances out, because this seems like it would kind of be better for Beast Mastery than Marksmanship. But I'm sure they're going to be working through that shit. That's Cookie Cutter. That's Killy Biz hero talent for hunters, is it? Interesting. Yeah, this will be nice. I mean, Black Arrow is pretty cool. Obviously, Sylvanas was always shooting her black arrows everywhere. So this is a cool fantasy for people to live out. But I'm interested to see how this damage is going to play out between what a Marksmanship Hunter does and what a Beast Mastery Hunter does. What is up, Addison Zero? Mage. Okay, we got Frostfire Mage. So this will be working for either Fire or Frost Mages. Yeah, very creative, Blizzard. Okay, we got Frostfire as the spec here. So your damage fire spells generate 1 stack of Fire Mastery, and Frost spells generate 1 stack of Frost Mastery. I'm guessing depending on whether you're Frost or Fire. Okay, so you're generating Mastery. Fire Mastery increases your haste by 1%, and Frost Mastery increases your Mastery. Frost Mastery increases your Mastery, okay, by 1% for 12 seconds. Stacking up to 8 times, adding stacks does not refresh the duration. So this is just kind of like a put out spells, keep doing, and your damage slowly increases. You're generating more Mastery every time you shoot. Interesting. Okay, last here, Flash Freeze Burn. Frostfire Empowerment grants you a maximum benefit of Frostfire Mastery and refreshes its duration. Activating Combustion or Icy Veins grants you Frostfire Empowerment. Okay, so this thing is called... a lot of play on Mastery here. It seems like Mastery is going to be very important throughout this tree. But a lot of it has to do with that. So it's buffing out your Mastery, and then you get like an extra buff here towards the end, especially if you activate Combustion or Icy Veins. So it's going to stack with those. It's going to stack with those two windows, your burst windows, essentially. That's what it's going to do. It's going to make your burst window more bursty. Yeah, very exciting. What's baseline for H these days? What are you talking about? Item level? I don't know. What up? Good morning. Yeah, how's it going, Marnock? Yeah, 0k to IO. I don't... Look, whatever these are going to be rebalanced 100 times over. So don't get your panties in a bunch if you don't like the way this is looking right now. Heroic Ally will probably 440 minimum. Priest Oracle. Okay, this is going to be for Discipline and Holy Priest. So let's see what these are. Oracle kind of sounds cool, I'm not going to lie. Okay, we have... Oh, this is a big one. Premonition. Replaces Power Infusion 1 minute cooldown. Okay. Divine the Future. And gain access to a spell that gives you the advantage against your fate. Solace increases your target's healing received by 25% for 10 seconds. Insight increases your target's magic damage dealt by 10% for 10 seconds. And Glory increases your target's physical damage dealt by 10% for 10 seconds. Damn, are these freaking... Are you becoming an augmentation evoker here? Now, I know we always said Disciplined Priests are the original augmentation evoker, and then Augie Boys played off of that. But this looks like you're going full augmentation. This is full party buff shit. This is really nice. I'm guessing you'll get Solace, Insight, or Glory based on whoever the target is. That could be it. I don't think you get to pick or whatever, but that's an interesting one. I might have to play Priest for these. Yeah, these it sounds like Priests are going to be extremely viable and need to be brought into things, especially like Raid, because these are nice buffs. I mean, 10% for 10 seconds. Damn. I mean, imagine burst windows. How these would work with that shit. Or like you lust and then you pop Premonition. People will be going off. That's not bad. Okay, a bunch of stat tweaks here, and then at the end we get Clairvoyance. Premonition has a low chance to grant you Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance grants your target and 2 nearby allies all the effects of Premonition at 100% effectiveness. Holy crap. This is like a lust. Like a lust at this point, 100%. This would be really nice. So this only affects, though, 2 nearby allies. This is pretty cool for Mythic Plus. That's what I think. This would be really nice for Mythic Plus. It's essentially like a, I don't know how I would describe it, a soft lust. The Oracle, yeah. Some of the in-between also alter it. Yeah, right, I know. These are the anchor talents. For every single one that we just went through, all the ones in between, right, like Divine Feathers, when an ally walks through, and they're all like little stat tweaks and, little buffs to certain things, but the real, like, new abilities are the anchor ones, the top and the bottom here. But these, pretty neat. So you got the Oracle Priest, the Frostfire Mage, the Dark Ranger Hunter, and the Keeper of the Grove Druid. Very interesting. Now, Forbes actually dropped an article about these hero talents and how people are feeling about them, and it seems like people are a bit concerned. And rightfully so. I mean, these are going to change your rotations. They're going to change how you play the game a little bit. And they're going to affect, a lot of things going forward, especially in the War Within. So some World of Warcraft fans are worried that hero talents may do more harm to class fantasy than good. Though parts of the new hero talents look promising, World of Warcraft players are concerned they may be forced to play specializations they don't like just to play the way they want to. People are talking about, your typical basically going best in slot for all your talents and shit. Of course, that's going to exist. People are going to definitely do that. They're going to parse out. They're going to see what's the best, and most people are going to go with that. In terms of what hero talents are going to be, in terms of class fantasy, you might end up playing the fantasy you don't want. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Shadowlands with when it came to selecting your, Covenant or whatever. There were obvious best in slot covenants because of the stuff. Like me personally, I play Death Knight. I hated the fact that I had to go to Ardenweald in the beginning. Now, it changed later on. Shit got rebalanced. But I was an Ardenweald. And aesthetically, that was like the least... It looked nice. Ardenweald was nice, but like it didn't fit a Death Knight. I was doing all this starry shit. It made no sense. But that's what I chose because that was the best one at the time. So basically, that's actually not a WoW problem. It's basically every MMO does use the cookie cutter system. Yeah, and there's really no way to avoid it. I mean, if this is people's problems with it, I don't know what to say. That's typical of any talent system in any game. But anyways, let's read on a little bit more here. I'm not going to read the whole article, but let's see. Hero talents are a new system in the War Within that covers character progression from level 71 to 80. Each class specialization will have 2 hero talent trees to choose from, both of which are inspired by the iconic archetypes of WoW history. Examples include, we talked about Sand Lion, Unholy, for Unholy Decays, Mountain Thane for Fury Warriors, and Prot Warriors. However, these seen new hero talents, they're worried the system may have a big issue. Many hero talent choices are exciting, but they only are available for 2 class specializations. So this is where people are having a problem with it. People don't like that you can only choose 1 hero talent tree for each spec. 2. There's 2 to choose from for each spec. So there's always that third that's going to be left out based on what you're spec'd. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't, ESO doesn't. Final Fantasy XIV has talents, and ESO have items that make it so you can put in half of the effort and get the same result. Different things for different situations. Neither is better. But there's always going to be a best in slot. There's always going to be that parsed out version of your character that's just the best. That's how I see it. So I just think this stuff's not avoidable. Now, people are having a little bit of an issue with the fact that you can only choose 2 hero talents, 2 hero trees based on your specs. So like Beast Mastery can only choose Dark Ranger or Pack Leader. While if you want to be like a Pack Leader and a Marksmanship Hunter, that's not a choice. You'd have to be a Dark Ranger or a Sentinel. Now, I do understand. Choices are part of the game. Choices are part of talents. So I don't know if this is the end of the world. Nothing about this is even unique for either spec. It's the saddest thing. It's all just based on the new Black Arrow and Fundamental Hunter things. It's not even creative. With why it chose these 2 specs, it's just arbitrarily not designed for survival. So this guy wants to be a Dark Ranger survival hunter. Well, too bad. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't know, maybe Blizzard changed the system. Again, this is like a work in progress, so we'll see how Blizzard goes forward with this. But as of right now, I mean, the first things first, you're just going to have to see how shit works out. Like I said, no matter what Blizzard does, there's going to be even if they make Dark Ranger available for survival, if that becomes the best in slot, that's what most people are going to do. It's just part of the internet age, with maxing out shit and best in slotting shit and parsing shit. That's just how it's always going to be. I personally think the hero talent system is going to be fun. Going to be something cool, a little bit extra, and I don't know if it'll continue on forward. Probably Blizzard will determine that based on the success or failure of it. But I think people need to calm down a little bit. Let's test this shit out, see how it works, and then we'll move on from there. Black Arrow is literally survival from Kata. Black Arrow on 30-second cooldown. Interesting. So it was a survival thing, and now it's not anymore. Like, I'll go with whatever is best for Frost Decay. Yep, I will too. So Addison as 0 at IO Mythic Plus. What? Because that's what I play. It's supposed to be evergreen, so apparently not going anywhere. Yeah, everything is supposed to be evergreen, but I guarantee you if it's a failure, they're just going to basically remake it to the point where it's unrecognizable compared to what it was. So we'll see.